Good evening. Welcome to the evening news here on Love Television. These are our leading stories. Interim Police Minister Julius Espat identifies low morale within the Belize Police Department as a top priority. We'll bring you Espat's views on the plan to boost morale on the basis of his inclusion of the DPP in the Alberto August cyberbullying case, as well as his views on MIRA and the procurement policies in government. Also in tonight's newscast, 111 people from 22 countries officially become Belizean citizens today. Minister Andre Perez calls for a higher procurement approval threshold for chief executive officers. Minister Perez reaches out to Oscar Mira and calls on the media to let the audit take its course, and Belize pays a final farewell to Evalee ski in Angleton as hundreds pack St. John's Anglican Cathedral. Stay tuned for those stories and more in tonight's newscast.
Back to School 2026 with the Angeles Press is here. And this year is bigger and better. We're talking unbelievable deals all summer long. Starting June 15, stock up on all your school essentials.
New notebooks? Check. Fresh backpacks? Check. Prices that make you smile? Double check.
Mommy, I want my new Samsonite backpack.
That's right. Samsonite still offers a sweet 1-year warranty. And hey, you even get a free merch with purchase while supplies last. Stay in the loop by following the Angeles Press on social media. Every Friday during our back-to-school season, look out for our jaw-dropping This Stuff for Real deals.
So before you shop, make sure you follow
The Angeles Press, your back-to-school headquarters all summer long. The Angeles Press and the Love Foundation, transforming lives with love.
A year ago, on March 17, 2025, Builders Hardware introduced something new for Belize, our online store. For the first time, customers could explore thousands of products, place their orders, and complete their purchases entirely online. Whether you're nearby or in another district, you can browse what you need, place your order, and have it delivered directly to you. And for those who prefer to pick up their items, our smart lockers make it quick and simple. Just scan your code and your order is ready. Every day, more and more people across the country have begun turning to the platform as a faster and more convenient way to shop with Builders Hardware. Along the way, many customers have also found added benefits online, from special website offers to rewards for those signing up for the first time. All of this is just another step towards making our products more accessible to communities across Belize, bringing our store closer to you wherever you are.
Introducing Growatt, a global leader in distributed energy solutions, delivering innovative solar technology trusted around the world. Engineered for reliability, designed for sustainability, built to power every scenario, powering homes, empowering businesses, creating a smarter energy future for Belize. For residential hybrid systems that maximize energy independence, to homes across Belize benefiting from smarter, more efficient power management. Growatt off-grid solar storage solutions bring dependable electricity to locations beyond the traditional power grid, providing clean, reliable energy whenever and wherever it is needed. For businesses, Growatt delivers powerful commercial and industrial energy solutions that help reduce operating costs while improving energy security, including proven installations right here in Belize, helping businesses operate efficiently with dependable solar energy systems. As transportation evolves, Growatt EV charging solutions help power the future with clean energy. Need power on the move? Growatt portable solar power solutions provide flexible energy for construction sites, events, emergency applications, and temporary installations. Growatt delivers energy-smart solutions for a greener future. Distributed in Belize by Llano Supplies, 112 Ranchita Village, Corozal Town.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida con el mundo en tiempo real. Y héroes cotidianos respondiendo al llamado del deber cívico. Cuando nos conectamos con Digi, empoderamos a Belice.
Good evening. You're live with the news here on Love Television for today, June 26, 2026. I am Ernesto Vasquez. 111 men and women from 22 countries were officially sworn in today as Belizean nationals during a citizenship ceremony hosted by the Ministry of Immigration in Belmopan. The newest citizens representing nations across the Americas, Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean took the oath of allegiance, marking the final step in becoming a Belizean citizen. Addressing the gathering, Minister of Immigration Kari Musa welcomed the new citizens while commending the staff of the Immigration and Nationality Department for their tremendous progress made over the past year. Musa praised the department's efforts to clear long-standing backlogs in nationality applications, digitize thousands of important records, and improve services for both applicants in Belize and Belizeans living in the diaspora.
Let me take a moment to commend and congratulate the Nationality and Passports Department. We have our personnel over there for their very hard work over the last year. These officers cleared a mountain of pending files. The scrutinizing committee convened twice a month instead of once. They shortened processes from years to just a matter of months. A prototype digital archive began transforming fragile paper into secure pixels. Hubs that are situated in New York, Los Angeles, and Houston resolved thousands of nationality by descent cases. Senior staff ranks tripled to meet the increasing demand. an online passport portal stands ready for launch. Each improvement that has been made at our Nationality Department widens the pathway that you all walk today. A pathway to citizenship is a phrase that I have often pondered, and the meaning is different for everyone. Our mandate, whether through tourism or in this case through governance, is to welcome immigrants from all corners of the globe.
The largest contingent of new citizens came from Honduras with 32 recipients, followed by 28 from El Salvador. Others originated from the United States, India, Bangladesh, Cuba, Canada, Nigeria, Mexico, Nicaragua, Belgium, Bolivia, China, France, Ghana, Haiti, Lebanon, Pakistan, Sierra Leone, Trinidad and Tobago, Turkey, and Zimbabwe. Minister Musa also reflected on the significance of becoming a Belizean citizen, telling the newly naturalized nationals that citizenship is about far more than receiving a passport, encouraging them to embrace the country's values, contribute to their communities, and take pride in helping to shape Belize's future.
How many times have you in this room heard the phrase, Belize is a friendly country? We are a melting pot. These are atypical phrases we use when speaking of our life in paradise, this jewel. But we aren't always welcoming. When you read the online comments, it is clear that some people don't understand and appreciate the responsibility and honor it is to be Belizean. A pathway to citizenship is not easy, but it has opened us up to skills, careers, and work that we don't want to do, or even to professions that did not exist before in Belize. It has kept us youthful, dynamic, and entrepreneurial. It has catapulted and sculpted our character as a people with possibilities, as we are all capable of reinventing ourselves as we choose.
The minister pointed out that Belize has long been strengthened by people from different backgrounds who have chosen to make the country their home. I think that every new citizen brings skills, experiences, and ideas that enrich our nation. Interim Minister of Home Affairs, Julius Espat, spent much of today in Belize City with a few hours this morning at the Queen Street Police Station, where he met with the senior commanders. The meeting was a part of his familiarization with the department as the Interim Minister of Home Affairs. The meeting lasted approximately 2 hours and brought together the department's leadership to discuss ongoing operations, priorities, and challenges facing law enforcement. Speaking with us following the session, Espat described the discussions as open and productive.
I met the main commanders, and each one had a portfolio, or has a portfolio, and they basically introduced themselves and explained what they do and what the portfolio entails. So it was a good meeting. Every organization needs to move on with time. I believe they need more resources, strategically positioned.
One of the biggest concerns identified by Minister Espat during his first days overseeing the ministry is what he describes as a serious moral problem within the department. Following a series of meetings with senior commanders and officers, Espat said the issue has surfaced repeatedly in his discussions and will require immediate attention. After the meeting, Espat said boosting morale will be one of his top priorities, saying that officers who feel supported and valued are better equipped to serve the public effectively.
I believe they need more resources, strategically positioned. I believe the morale of the police force needs to increase, and that's just a matter of spending more time and looking at the concerns that all ranks, because sometimes you only speak to the higher ranks, but you need to also speak to everybody to get a better feeling as to why the morale is low. The morale is low. But I don't think it's difficult to raise the morale. And so I'm going through that process right now. I am explaining to the commanders what my vision is. It's a balanced approach. And I am trying to convince them that we agree on the approach. Even if we have to adjust on either side, we cannot continue working if there's no agreement. We have to work as a family, as a unit, in any organization. If it's an army, if it's a political movement, if it's a ministry, if it's the private sector, the team has to agree that this is the goal, this is the mission, and this is how we want to achieve it, at least on a short-term basis. And then you have 3 phases: short-term, medium-term, long-term.
So what's your plan moving forward to that end in terms of boosting morale, in terms of addressing these weaknesses?
Personal participation and lobbying for some resources to get what they drastically need. For example, you have a police officer manning a checkpoint somewhere and it's raining like crazy and he has no raincoat, just to give you an idea. Or he's patrolling at night without a flashlight. And what do we want in return? If we provide you with the resources that you need, well, we expect you to be disciplined. We expect you to dress properly. We expect you to carry yourself professionally so that the people can respect you. And we expect that when the rules are set out, and it's not invented rules, they're there, that you abide by them too. We expect that you don't rough up our population. So we will give you what you need, we will give you the respect that you deserve, and we will demand respect in return. And that's the philosophy to move forward.
Well, he added that morale will not happen overnight, but believes it starts with leadership that listens. He said he intends to engage officers at every level of the department, identify the issues affecting them, and work with the police high command to find practical solutions. The minister recognizes the officers for their work, maintaining open communication and ensuring fairness throughout the department will be central to that effort. Restoring confidence among personnel is not unfamiliar territory for him. He said throughout his years in public service, he has encountered organizations facing similar challenges and believes morale can be rebuilt through consistent leadership and meaningful engagement.
Remember that thing I told you about low morale? A lot of it is based on people feeling disrespected. When we went into MIDH initially, we had the same problem. Their morale was low. And why was it? And we found out by me and the CEO and others going around and sitting with people and say, hey, where are you going away? Why are they chooching gum all day and they do no work? And why? I said, boss, why I want to do the work if nobody listen to me? And why I want to do the work if when I finish it and come out good, nobody tell me I do a good job? Why? So you realize that it's basic human problems that we're facing, that you go on the streets and the first thing they tell you, no, disrespect me. And so it's the basis of our problem in our society. And if we can give the respect to the people that work hard, then I believe they will produce, because they have children too.
Well, Espat told us his meetings with officers will continue in the coming days as he gains a deeper understanding of the department's operational and personnel needs. And also with our interview with the Minister, Espat, there is the matter of Alberto August. Espat announced this week that he has directed that August's cyberbullying case be referred to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, a case that was initially investigated as an internal police matter, despite then Home Affairs Minister Oscar Mira being the complainant. Going forward, however, the case will now be reviewed by the DPP, who will determine whether the evidence supports criminal charges. Espat told reporters that after consulting with the Attorney General, legal advisors and other officials, he concluded that the DPP, as the constitutionally empowered prosecuting authority, should make that determination.
I don't think we should be. I don't think any person in power should utilize his power for something that is annoying you at the moment. I think we all fall into that trap. I have done it many times and I have failed every time I have done it. Either at home or at school or in regular everyday activities. I have tried to learn that you need to sit back and listen to advice and find a better solution. The decision was based on the fact that we believe that the DPP is the person constitutionally mandated to make a decision if it's frivolous or not. And I believe we have to give all leaders of their different organizations within the government the respect that's due to them.
Esfal explained that no further action will be taken in the matter until the DPP reviews the case and makes a decision. He added that if the DPP concludes there is no basis for prosecution, the charges will be dropped and any devices seized during the investigation will be returned immediately. Esfal adds that the Cybercrime Act is still relatively new and said it is important that the law be tested through the proper legal channels. Meanwhile, Minister of the Blue Economy and Marine Conservation, Andre Perez, is advocating for an increase to the current threshold which allows chief executive officers to approve contracts and purchases up to $10,000. Any expenditure exceeding that amount must proceed through additional procurement and oversight processes. Perez argues that the threshold has remained unchanged despite significant increases in the cost of goods and services over the years, making the current limit less practical for the day-to-day operations of government ministries.
I can speak to you from a business standpoint, right? I'm a businessman. I can speak to you that when it comes to managing a company or a corporation, you have to have in place whereby if your company is growing, let me tell you something, the government, the national budget is growing, right? We have more payments to make. The Coast Guard has grown, the BDF has grown, my ministry is growing as well. So for me as a businessman, if I'm going to be engaging in my CEO, can I make any decisions on the threshold of $10,000? And everything has to go through us, and the payments are getting bigger, the increase of costs on just about everything. Then it's time for us to look at maybe the increase of the threshold from $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000, because it might very well turn out that these things, payments need to be made. I mean, you full of gas tank right now. No. You asked me for a comment. You asked me for a comment. You have a comment. I'm saying from a business standpoint, if there needs to be an increase, I'm not saying going to 50,000, but again, the CEOs to make the decisions. As it relates to abuse, that is speculation. But I'm saying as a business person, 10,000 is no. You full on gas tank now. You used to full $100 for a gas tank. You full on gas tank for $300 now. So if you authorize somebody with a vehicle that you're going to put $100, you are forcing that person to put quarter tank or half tank. So as it relates to abuse, and so let's not get into comments for that or speculations.
With that said, and with Cabinet ordering a review of the procurement rules, Love News asked Minister Julius Espat if he agrees in the call for a higher threshold when it comes to public procurement by CEOs.
I don't know enough as to how he handles his ministry. We have a philosophy in our ministry. If we find out what the rules are and we try to, as best as possible, to work within that, that's how the public service is. If you increase it, it has its positive things, but it also brings negative things, as we are seeing. So a whole restructuring needs to be done. My complaint is that we are following rules and we're not sure which ones are the right ones. I'll give you a clear example. In the way the public services work, you have the FARA, which is what governs how you administer and the rules and everything else. But then you have your financial orders, and then you have your store orders, and if you look at three of them, they're identifying the same concern that you want to deal with, but three of them have a different approach, and they instruct you to do it differently. Why? Because the public service system is inherited from before independence, and we've been tweaking it, but not as a whole. And we still have, you have this new technological way of doing things, and we're still falling behind. So a piecemeal approach will create problems. It has to be properly analyzed. We still have the problem of having CEOs or not permanent secretaries. So there's a lot of work to be done. That the threshold should be risen, should be raised, I wouldn't be able to answer that. Every ministry is different. Every ministry is different. Some ministries don't need to do that.
During this week's cabinet meeting, ministers agreed that the existing government procurement rules, along with the financial orders of 1965 and the stores orders of 1968, require urgent modernization. Whether Paris's proposal to raise the approval threshold for chief executive officers will form part of those reforms remains unclear. The revision comes as a result of the recent revelations of contracts and multi-million-dollar payments made to Minister Oscar Mira's sister, Jenny Mira, and his brothers, Brian and Keith Mira, among other relatives. In related news, Minister Paris says he has reached out to his cabinet colleague, Oscar Mira, as the embattled minister remains on leave of absence pending the outcome of an audit into procurement activities at the Ministry of Defense. Speaking to reporters this week, Paris said his outreach was made on a personal level, acknowledging the intense public scrutiny and criticism Mira has faced in recent weeks, following revelations surrounding the awarding of government contracts to members of his family. While expressing empathy for his colleague, Paris stopped short of weighing in on the controversy itself. Asked directly for his views on the allegations and the procurement issues now under investigation, the minister declined to comment, saying he would not offer an opinion while the matter remains under official review.
I do not want to answer if the circumstance is similar. What is the only similar is a leave of absence. But I want to clarify that, I don't say this, I don't want to say if it's similar or it's different. It's a leave of absence. And I respect that from a decision of the Prime Minister, and I leave it at that. He's my colleague, and yes, I reach out to him, but that is personal. That is very personal. I will not discuss that as public. That's not for me to answer here publicly. And he's a colleague and a friend. These are all allegations. I want to say that let's leave for the audit to take over, and the Prime Minister has spoken. All right, so I don't think I want to produce or say anything or opinions. The Prime Minister has spoken, there are allegations made, and we let the audit roll. And after that, we're able to comment.
Does your ministry engage in split payments?
Listen, we have a very small ministry, and we don't engage in these things, no split payments, and we don't make those payments as far as I'm concerned. Actually, I want to tell you something. I have double checked with my office and checked with my CEO is everything, and I said, we're fine. And I said, thank you very much, because I'm telling you, my ministry, I speak for my ministry. We're transparent, and we're not engaging in anything out split payments as such.
This was the first time you were hearing that was possible?
Actually, I've never really got into what are the line items and what is it they're paying through Smart Stream. I don't know the details, so I don't want to comment on split payments as such. I have no idea what it is. The media is out there pouring out, and the optics is not looking good, but that's about it. I can't be commenting beyond that.
The financial secretary...
As I said, allow the audit to take it over, right? Let's not go... I want to ask the media not to engage in the realm of all speculations. Let the audit department do what they need to do, and then we comment, and we ask the questions. And I'll leave it at that, please. I want to leave it at that.
Paris's comments carry added significance, as he himself experienced a similar period of public scrutiny in August of 2023, when he was placed on administrative leave while an investigation was conducted into matters involving his ministry. He was later reinstated to cabinet. With Julius Espat being a more senior cabinet minister and the chairman of the PUP Western Caucus, we asked him for his views on the Mira debacle.
No political organization wants a scandal, if you call it a scandal. It makes you reflect. I'm talking as a party. It makes you reflect. The same thing that society is complaining about, the party complains about. You form government, and then you tend to abandon the party. And there's not enough attention given. Everybody want to be minister, everybody want to be this, everybody want to be that, and then nobody worry about the party itself. And if you leave that to one side, then everybody starts doing what they want or what they believe. And so the party needs to do its work too, bring back the soldiers, explain to them why we are here, and remind them of George Price and how he used to work it, and look at whatever problems we have and see how we can better it and become stronger after that analysis. That's the hope.
Oscar Mira proceeded on personal leave earlier this month after questions were raised over payments and contracts involving relatives. The government subsequently appointed Minister Espat to oversee the Ministry of Home Affairs in the interim while an independent audit is carried out. The audit remains ongoing and government has said its findings will determine any further course of action. And to wrap up our first segment of the evening news, family, friends, political leaders and hundreds of mourners gathered today at St. John's Anglican Cathedral in Belize City to bid a final farewell to Evalee in Angleton. The historic cathedral was filled to capacity, with dozens of mourners standing outside on the church grounds as they joined in paying their final respects to Skeen Angleton, who served as Deputy Secretary General of the United Democratic Party and was also chairperson and a member of the St. George's Key Day Society. Among those in attendance were Deputy Prime Minister Cordell Hyde, Interim Minister of Home Affairs Julius Espat, members of the UDP's national leadership, party supporters, close friends and relatives who came together to celebrate a life remembered for service, friendship and dedication. According to Espat, he attended the funeral as a long-time family friend.
Family friend. I'm very close to the brothers and the father. Real good buddies. And that one curious household. Half is red and half is blue. But they're all love. And I'm here to give respect to the family. They have been really good to me. Political differences have never made a difference in how we operate as friends. And it is an honor for me to be here to give respect to Evalee and the family.
As for the Deputy Prime Minister, Cordell Hyde, he too is a close friend of the family. The funeral also brought together both the higher and lower ranks of the UDP, with current and former party officials, constituency representatives, activists and supporters, filling the pews alongside members of the wider community in a show of unity and respect for one of the party's long-time organizers. Don't go away, stay with us. We have more news up ahead after this commercial break.
No one should be up at this time. If you're still up, it's not you, it's your mattress. Because the right mattress changes everything. Sherwood Bedding Luxury Resort Pillow Top Mattress. Sleep better, wake better. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
People, not businesses, power the economy. And they deserve to be acknowledged, appreciated, and compensated for their efforts. Because when your people are successful, so is your business. Neo People, simplify your HR and payroll needs with one powerful solution.
Commercial Cleaning and Products of Belize, CCP, formerly known as Carpet Care Plus, offers a wide variety of professional restorative cleaning services and products in Belize. With over 20 years of experience in the industry, our mission has always been to provide our customers with the best products and services for quality, safe, and environmentally friendly cleaning. What separates us from the rest? The services we offer. Fabric cleaning for all types of carpets, upholstery, walls, and drapes. Vehicle detailing for both the interior and exterior. Total restorative cleaning of ceramic and porcelain tiles for floors, walls, marble, granite, limestone, travertine, clay, and more. degreasing and polishing of the entire kitchen and all its equipment. Also, custom concrete designs. We are a supplier of the most cost-efficient and economically viable products when you buy our specialized super concentrated formulas, such as cleaners, disinfectants, deodorizers, and sanitizers. Additionally, we also carry professional cleaning equipment, such as mops, buckets, vacuums, doormats, and window equipment, which are very durable and practical. You can order any of our products online at www.ccpbelize.com. CCP Belize uses only trained technicians, professional commercialized equipment, and EPA certified products. Our products are 100% biodegradable. We also have certified green products, which are used by Green Globe approved companies. Visit us at 68 North Front Street, Belize City, or contact us at telephone 223-1820. Email us info@ccpbelize.com.
Hardware store, now we online giving you more. Home or job site, no stress, no sweat. Everything you need, you could get. Household appliances, day or night. Shopping for supplies made easy and light. Click, click, boom, and the order done. Building in Belize just got more fun.
Why wait long in a line? Save your energy and your time. Delivery pulling up right by your gate. Castillo's Hardware, making building great.
Feel smarter,
shop easier. Castillo's making life sweeter.
anytime.
Anywhere, hardware shopping without a care.
Browse online, get what you need.
Fast and easy with lightning speed.
Pick up or delivery, choose your way.
Castillo's got you covered every day. From your phone, just tap and buy. No more hassle, no more.
Do it best with Castillo's Hardware.
Welcome back. We bring you the evening news here on Love Television. Men are being encouraged to pay closer attention to their health. That was the message at today's Men's Cancer Society Forum, where health professionals, cancer survivors, and participants from public sectors gathered to discuss cancer awareness, early detection, and the importance of regular checkups. Our Love News reporter, Suseli Shaw, has the details.
June is recognized as Men's Health Awareness Month, a time to encourage men to take better care of their overall health. While cancer remains a major concern, health officials say the focus is also on prevention, regular checkups, and healthy living. For years, the conversation around cancer awareness has largely centered on women. But when it comes to men's health, the conversation has often been much quieter. Many men are less likely to visit a doctor or seek medical attention when something doesn't feel right, and those delays can sometimes have life-changing consequences. That was a message at today's Men's Health Forum, which brought together healthcare professionals, advocates, and members of the public to encourage men to take charge of their health through regular screenings, healthier lifestyles, and routine medical checkups. Throughout the forum, medical experts stressed that early detection remains one of the most effective tools in the fight against cancer and reminded participants that good health begins with prevention and paying attention to changes.
This forum is to try and sensitize, remind, encourage for us to take charge and to, men are needed. And because of the way we are reared, macho, men don't cry, men don't complain, men don't get emotional, and we keep things in, it messes us up. And as a result of that, we crash. Or, as was shared in statistics, between 30 and 50, 5 times the suicide rate, because we take the burden, we sit on it, and we suffer in silence. And when it comes to a crisis, then we seek help, and when it's a very bad diagnosis, we withdraw, we become more depressed, we try our own methodology, i.e. silence, drinking rum, whatever. And at the end of the day, it's not helping, because when you are out of the picture, that is a person who is a provider who has gone. So as a society, we say we need to address this issue. We need to put it on the forefront, and we need to make it so relevant that we can effect a change in our men.
Dr. Cayetano, a psychiatrist, also stressed the importance of looking after men's mental and emotional well-being.
A lot of men, most times, delay seeking healthcare attention, and then we also know that men died more frequently, more often than women do. The life expectancy for women is higher than for men. So it's very important that men learn to seek help early. I think it's impressive that the organizers have managed to bring all these men who play a very important role in their society, in their families, with their families, and in the society. And we need our men to be healthy, to be strong. So the message is that strong men seek help. Strong men go and seek medical advice. Strong men are not the ones that suffer in silence. Suffer in silence is detrimental to their health.
Beyond the presentations, the forum also gave attendees an opportunity to reflect on the importance of putting their health first. One participant shared that discussions served as an important reminder that regular checkups and early detection can make a significant difference, not just in preventing cancer, but in maintaining overall health.
Our forum today was very enlightening. We had a different aspect of men's health. And what I ascertained from the whole aspect was that men's health starts from the traditional way of how we perceive things is supposed to be and stuff like that. And there is a level of understanding that and a disconnect for men's health as it pertains to versus female health, because when it comes to female, they have once they take whatever, let's say for example pregnancy, and what I told them is that you go for pregnancy, your pregnancy checkup, and then it triggers the mechanism, and then by the time your 9 months is completed, you know whatever you have, whatever the case may be. As it pertains to men, they just tell you and then they expect you to go, and you're supposed to show up and take a test and stuff like that. So there is a traditional gap that we need to bridge to bring. And so with this forum today, it have taught us that it starts with the mental and what you think you're supposed to be, whether you're a bravado and stuff like that, and you go from there. I got an email saying that I was chosen to attend this session, a bit apprehensive about it, and came and realized that we as men, we need to talk a lot more. And sitting in a room, we now synchronize that many of us are sitting with the same problem and stuff like that, but we don't talk because tradition is that you don't talk as men, you suffer in silence and you go from there. Taking this back to the office, and I'm taking this knowledge that I got into my home household.
Organizers say the message should not end when the forum does. Among those in attendance were police officers, members of the Belize Coast Guard, healthcare workers, and participants from a variety of other sectors, highlighting that men's health is everyone's concern. They hope the conversation started today will continue in homes, workplaces, churches, and communities, encouraging men to seek medical advice early, stay informed, and take simple steps toward healthier lives. Reporting for Love News, I am Cecily Shaw.
The government of Belize is looking at ways to partner with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on projects that could benefit communities across the country. Minister of Religious Affairs, Dr. Louis Zabane, recently met with representatives of the church, focusing on how the church's humanitarian support could help complement the country's development goals. As part of the visit, the delegation met with officials at the Southern Regional Hospital to discuss healthcare needs in southern Belize and explore possible areas of support. They also held talks with the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, about community resilience, disaster preparedness, emergency response, and other humanitarian initiatives. The church representatives traveled from Guatemala, where they oversee humanitarian work across the region. While based there, the church already has an active presence in Belize through its local congregation and community outreach. We spoke with Director of Constitution and Religious Affairs, Ginny Neal, for more details.
One of our key responsibilities is to build the relationships and facilitate partnerships with organizations that wish to collaborate with the government on initiatives that contribute to community and national development. So we provide the platform for dialogue and help to connect these organizations with the relevant agencies and areas in interest of expertise. And today's discussion, or that day's discussion, was focused on identifying areas where the church's expertise and resources could complement the development priorities. And so they were exploring areas that would look at continued development in healthcare services. They also had the opportunity to meet with the personnel of NEMO, the Deputy NEMO Coordinator to be exact, to explore collaboration in areas such as community resilience and emergency preparedness and disaster response. So these are some of the focus that some of these organizations would like to partner with us to strengthen these social services and sustain community development. The primary outcome is to establish, of course, a stronger partnership and that shared understanding of potential areas for collaboration, whether it may be in the community to enhance different groups, youth groups, whatever the case may be, if it's through projects within different healthcare aspects, or if it's through disaster management preparations and so forth. So when we have these meetings, it allows to identify the common priorities and begin discussions on projects that could support community and national development. And so, of course, the next step is for the relevant agencies or ministries to continue those discussions as well and assess identified needs and determine which initiatives are feasible and can be developed into tangible projects.
Earlier this year, there were high hopes for a transformative partnership that would have seen the government of Belize work alongside the Ocean Academy Board to modernize educational infrastructure on San Pedro. In February, the Ministry of Education announced that it would collaborate with the Ocean Academy Board and the Key Corker Village Council under the Belize Education Sector Reform Program to advance major pre-primary and high school construction projects. But just months later, those plans have collapsed. Ocean Academy has since opted to pursue its own reconstruction efforts after the proposed agreement with the government fell apart. Belize Rural South Area Rep. Andre Parrish shed light on what led to the breakdown, explaining that fundamental disagreements between the school and the ministry ultimately derailed the program.
First of all, it's more than a store. We have several stores that we provide the country program, and that is a store that gets the smaller part of it, right? And that has been done for the past 5 months. There are times when a month passes and no payment has been given, and that store continues to provide. They don't lie. So that is important, and it provides that grocery bag program provides to the needy, to the single mother, to somebody that is medical in need, someone who is unemployed, have children. These are the people we cater to. So to say that it's a big figure or something, it is never enough. So just want to clarify that, and it is unfair. But that is a store that is at the heart of it. You know, I have always collaborated with them because we know the conditions. We have visited several times. We have done my part as the area to do some funding to alleviate it. And the best thing is to scrap it and build a new building, but that is why we're going to build a new school. And also to mention also that the Ocean Academy, even though we're going to build a school and ready for next year, they are qualifying this year for what we call the EOP program, which the students, I think 175 students, will be getting the free tuition for this year. But again, next year, whenever the high school opens, the government school, it will certainly change.
Despite the collapse of the agreement, Perez says the greatest disappointment is what students ultimately stand to lose. According to him, had the partnership remained intact, students attending Ocean Academy would have benefited from free education under the proposed arrangement. Instead, the school will now move ahead independently to address pressing infrastructure concerns. Perez also stressed that significant rehabilitation works remain urgently needed at the academy, underscoring the importance of finding a sustainable path forward to improve learning conditions for the students.
You know, that is most unfortunate. It is most unfortunate, deeply disheartening. I do know that we have been engaged in dialogue, speaking with them, because we know the urgency of building a new high school, and we're all in this together. There was all kind of allegations about that the minister had sold out of the beachfront areas of the land, and that was clarified. We had a very fruitful meeting engaging with them, and the point made by the Minister of Education was clearly that this is going to be a government-run school, and with that means that teachers, students will be transferred over there. But I do know that they were talking about keeping it as the Ocean Academy way and keeping it as they wanted to have their own curriculum. You know, that's not really what is happening. As it relates to the details that was being done with the Ministry of Education and the school, there was what you call correspondence. And we thought they were all on board, and lo and behold, they just said that they don't want to be a part, that they want to continue to raise their own funds, that they want to continue to be a private school. I won't go against it. They want to go private and keep it private. That's for them to do it. But the funding, of course, they don't expect them to get it from the government because the government has a responsibility to have that government-run high school. And especially remember also to make clear too that the funding coming for it typifies, it clearly makes it that it has to be a government-run school.
The academy is operated by the Ocean Academy Board of Directors, an independent board that oversees the school's governance, finances, and long-term development. While it works closely with the Ministry of Education and receives government support in areas such as teacher salaries and grants, it is not a fully government-owned institution. In other news, a 38-year-old Honduran national who claims naturalized Belizean status is out on bail after being criminally charged for the sexual assault of a 10-year-old girl in the St. Martin de Porres area over the weekend. It's a case that sparked community outrage and led to the suspect being detained and beaten by angry residents before the police arrived. Joshua Abraham Melendez appeared unrepresented before a senior magistrate in Belize City Magistrates Court this week, where he was arraigned on a single charge of sexual assault. He pleaded not guilty to the offense. According to reports, the incident occurred on Sunday morning, June 21. A 30-year-old housekeeper reported that around 10:30 in the morning, she sent her 10-year-old daughter to a supermarket on Jasmine Street. While inside the supermarket, a tall man with dreadlocks grabbed the minor, hugged her, and kissed her on the right cheek. The frightened child managed to break free, ran behind the store counter, asked the cashier to call her mother. The mother rushed to the supermarket where the child recounted the ordeal. When the mother confronted the suspect, he reportedly began shouting at her. The confrontation quickly drew the attention of a crowd of neighborhood residents. Viral video footage circulating on social media over the weekend captured the tense moments as an angry mob attacked and subdued the suspect. The residents detained the man on site and the police arrived to escort him into custody, where the mother positively identified him. In court, the allegations were read that Melendez touched the lips and kissed the right jaw of a female under the age of 16 and that the touching was sexual in nature and without her consent. When questioned by the senior magistrate regarding his legal status in the country, Melendez asserted that he is a naturalized Belizean and presented his Belizean passport and supporting residence documents to the court. With no objections raised by the prosecution, the senior magistrate offered Melendez bail in the sum of $1,500 with strict conditions, and he's ordered to maintain a minimum distance of 25 feet from the victim, have absolutely no contact with her or her family members, in person or via social media, and stay away from her school and regular hangout spots. Before he could secure his release, however, Melendez was required to settle an outstanding court fine of $170 dating back to 2008, which he paid. Joshua Abraham Melendez will return to court on the 12th of August. Stakeholders from across Belize gathered yesterday at the Biltmore Plaza for the Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Conservation's 4th Blue Economy Climate Resilience Forum, an event focusing on strengthening the country's approach to protecting its marine resources while ensuring they continue to support communities and the economy for years to come. The forum brought together representatives from government agencies, non-governmental organizations, the conservation community, fisherfolk, and academia to discuss the progress made in building a more resilient and sustainable blue economy. Discussions centered on advancing long-term planning, strengthening the policy framework that guides the sector, and sharing the latest achievements in marine conservation and resource management. CEO in the Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Conservation, Beverly Wade, also highlighted several key programs, including the modernization of Belize's integrated coastal zone management plan, improvements in fisheries management, and the continued implementation of projects funded through Belize's blue bonds.
It's a milestone, the fourth one that we're holding, and I'm highlighting all the accomplishments that we're doing, and the importance of everything, the challenge we're having, as it relates to the blue economy in terms of sargassum.
Some of the changes, or I prefer to call them advancements that have been made, is that we've made significant inroads in several areas. One of them is with regards to strengthening the framework for sustainable and successful blue economy growth in Belize. So we've recently reviewed, modernized the legislation for coastal zone management in Belize. We've revised and modernized also the integrated coastal zone management plan. And we're now looking at delivering, through the Blue Bonds, the Belize Sustainable Oceans Plan. These are very important for us because at the end of the day, they help to strengthen the blueprint of how we approach this space, both from a stewardship standpoint, but also from a development standpoint.
We'd underscored progress Belize has made in strengthening the blue economy framework while recognizing that collaboration remains essential moving forward, noting the initiatives such as modernizing coastal zone management, improving fisheries governance, and investing through blue bonds are all part of a broader strategy to build climate resilience and ensure Belize's marine resources continue to benefit future generations. Minister Perez emphasized the government's continued commitment to strengthening the blue economy through improved governance, stronger partnerships, and innovative financing mechanisms, highlighting that the success of the sector depends on coordinated action across all stakeholders, ensuring that Belize's marine resources are protected while still supporting economic growth and livelihoods.
it's a milestone. We're the fourth one that we're holding, and I'm highlighting all the accomplishments that we're doing, and the importance of everything, the challenge we're having, whereas it relates to the blue economy in terms of sargassum, beach erosion, climate change, warmer waters, involving everybody. So this forum today is very important to bring ideas together, to highlight what has been accomplished, how far we have reached right here as it relates to establishing of the Ministry of Blue Economy, and how we move forward. And I stressed in my speech also the importance of involving the youth. That is important. And while we say that they are the future, actually the future is here now. We're building the present right now. And I mentioned that we must have them as partners as of now. We can't say it's there for them in the future. So that's what was the highlight of my speech today. It's an update. This is something that we're constantly, it's evolving. All right, and that we have to be using smart ideas. We have to use more innovation, new technologies are there, not only in monitoring our waters, but also in to monitor illegal fishing. That is important. That it goes beyond that just using vessels. Now we're looking into drones and having all the and collaboration with everybody here. So it's not only just the fisheries department is there to patrol our waters, but it has to be done jointly with everybody working together.
In other news, recently, SIDEMA Deputy Executive Director, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig, paid a working visit to the Belize National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, headquarters in Belmopan. During the engagement, Lieutenant Colonel Craig provided an in-depth overview of SIDEMA's mandate, including coordinating disaster management efforts among its participating states, supporting preparedness and mitigation programs, also providing technical and operational assistance before, during, and after disasters. He outlined the range of regional programs available to Belize, including training initiatives, response coordination mechanisms, and capacity building support designed to strengthen national systems. Discussions with NEMO focused on enhancing coordination between national and regional structures, particularly in the areas of disaster risk reduction, emergency response planning, and the integration of technology and innovation to improve early warning systems and situational awareness. Both sides also explored ways to further strengthen information sharing and operational efficiency during disaster events. The engagement reaffirmed the long-standing working relationship between NEMO and SIDEMA, which has been critical during past hurricane seasons and other natural hazard events affecting Belize. Over the years, the partnership has supported emergency response operations, damage assessments, relief coordination, and training exercises at improving national readiness. Officials from both organizations emphasized that as climate-related risks continue to intensify across the Caribbean, stronger regional collaboration is essential. Preschoolers of Santa Cruz Village in Orange Walk now have access to a modern learning environment following the official inauguration of a brand new school. The new facility was officially opened this week after a joint investment by the Belize Social Investment Fund, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science and Technology. Designed with early learners in mind, the facility features an open concept classroom to promote creativity and interactive learning. It also includes child-friendly restrooms, office space, a kitchen area, wheelchair access ramps, and playground, creating a safe and inclusive environment for students and teachers alike. CDB's portfolio manager, Albert Ellis, says the new facility represents a transformational investment for the community and will provide young learners with the ideal foundation for their educational journey.
I bring you greetings from the President and management of the Caribbean Development Bank. It is my absolute pleasure and delight to join you today for the inauguration of the new Santa Cruz Government Preschool, a project that stands as a symbol of hope, resilience, and partnership in action. This occasion holds special significance for me, having had the privilege of joining you on October 29th, 2025, for the inauguration of the Santa Cruz Government Primary School set behind us. Returning to Santa Cruz today is both rewarding and inspiring as it provides another opportunity to witness the tangible progress being made to strengthen educational opportunities for the children of this community. Today is a proud occasion. We are not only opening the doors of a new facility, we are reaffirming the shared commitment to Belize's children and to the future of this nation. The preschool we inaugurate today represents a thoughtful and meaningful investment in early childhood development. It is a modern, open-concept, single-story facility designed to provide a safe, comfortable, inclusive, and stimulating environment where young children can learn and thrive.
According to the Executive Director of the Belize Social Investment Fund, Carlos Tun, the preschool reflects what can be achieved through strong partnerships, focusing on improving the lives of Belizean families and investing in the nation's future.
This occasion is particularly meaningful because it represents the fulfillment of a promise made to this community less than a year ago. In October 2025, during the inauguration of the primary school building, I shared that we had successfully secured funding for the construction of the preschool facility. And on that same day, we broke ground for the project and committed to provide the youngest learners of Santa Cruz and neighboring communities with a safe and nurturing space where they could begin their educational journey. Today, I'm proud to say that we have delivered on that promise. Standing before us is a modern preschool facility that has been fully completed, furnished, and enclosed with its own perimeter fence, creating a secure and stimulating environment where children can learn, grow, and thrive. And I would like to pass to acknowledge my staff because this project was completed because of the savings we were able to obtain through the Safe Tree program. So some of them are here. I would like them to stand. Ms. Nelly, the finance coordinator, Ms. Angeles, Nader as well. And some of them are here while others are working, preparing already for the next set of projects under BNTF 11 and C4. So
the project represents a significant $581,000 Belize investment. Don't go away. We have the final segment of the evening news after the break.
If this is an emergency situation, please call 911 right away for immediate assistance. Do not use the Crime Stoppers program in an emergency situation. Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. Remember, the more information you give the officers, the more likely it is that we will be able to identify the suspect or confirm a crime has taken place. This ultimately helps when making arrests. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Never put yourself in danger to gather information. However, if you have a picture, video, or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Once you click Submit Tip, P3 will ask to send you notifications. You choose what's right for you. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Keep that info safe as you'll need it to check the status of your tip. Using the app, simply log back in using the PIN you created when you first opened it. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
This no right. Garbage in the streets, creating dump sites, throwing a trash on the highway. We no fit do that. Only we could stop this. Each of we play an important part in protecting our beautiful country. This that we believe. Respect it, cherish it, love it.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca Parking Facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. Open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca Parking Facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
At Habet and Brothers Habet, celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
Welcome back. We continue with the evening news here on Love Television. At the Biltmore Plaza in Belize City, the Sustainable and Inclusive Belize SAIB hosted a ceremony in which tourism entrepreneurs were awarded grants to support sustainable community-based tourism development throughout Belize. Love News reporter Zena Augustin has more on that ceremony.
The Sustainable and Inclusive Belize program is celebrating a major milestone following a signing and awards ceremony for its first cohort of tourism grant recipients. In total, 39 Belizean tourism entrepreneurs have been selected to receive more than $1.1 million in funding. The support will go toward developing innovative and sustainable tourism projects across the country aimed at strengthening small and medium-sized enterprises while promoting community-based development. Speaking at the ceremony, project manager for the SAIB program, Debbie Alfaro, highlighted the importance of investing in people-centered tourism and what it means for Belize's long-term growth.
We are having an award ceremony for 39 tourism MSMEs. They will be receiving a grant. The maximum amount of the grant is 30,000 Belize. So some they decided to, depending on the investment, they have some that ask for 20, 25,000, but the maximum amount was 30,000. Businesses that at least be a year operating, and they have to be in the tourism industry. It can be, we have some recipients that are in the artisans. We have some hotel, restaurants, but they have to be in the tourism industry, classify as a MSME.
Following her remarks, officials also underscored the broader impact of the initiative, pointing out that tourism's innovation and investments are key to keeping Belize competitive in changing global markets. Investments and innovation specialist Simone Bell expanded on how the program is supporting entrepreneurs to scale up their ideas and improve the quality of tourism's offerings nationwide.
By our National Sustainable Master Plan, and within that we want to be able to strengthen the capacity of the persons that are that make up the sector. So this program actually is one of the tools that we're using to strengthen our tourism product. As the CEO mentioned, like our brand is Belize, and it's something that we want to protect. And each and every one here, whether they're an artisan, a tour operator, a lodging hotel, or a restaurant, contributes to our tourism product. And as such, we want to ensure that all experiences are remarkable and that each one is equipped with the tools that they need to perform so that we can strengthen the product of Belize and become more competitive in the region.
Among the recipients sharing in the milestone is Abidas Ash, co-owner of Columbia River Source Farm, who expressed her appreciation for the support and explained how the grant will help her expand operations and community impact.
Program, it actually enabled me to actually get that capacity and those trainings that I need. So it, apart from the funding that it actually provides, for me, the additional resources and being able to get that guidance was actually very useful for me, and that is what I really appreciate in terms of these types of capacity building.
The SAIB program says this first cohort represents a step forward towards building a more resilient, inclusive, and competitive tourism sector in Belize, with additional opportunities expected in the future phase. Zaina, reporting for Love News.
Minister of State for Foreign Trade, Marconi Leal Jr., represented the country this week at the 5th meeting of the CARIFORUM, European Union Joint Council, in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. The meeting brought together regional leaders and European Union representatives to review the implementation of the CARIFORUM EU Economic Partnership Agreement, designed to promote trade, investment, and economic cooperation between Caribbean nations and the European Union. The discussion centered on improving the execution of the agreement while identifying new opportunities to increase trade and investment flows. Delegates also explored ways to strengthen trade in services, enhance regional competitiveness, and build greater economic resilience in the face of global challenges for Belize. Participation in the Joint Council underscores the government's continued commitment to expanding market access for local businesses and fostering stronger international partnerships that can support sustainable economic growth. The meeting also highlighted the importance of regional collaboration in ensuring Caribbean economies remain competitive while advancing shared goals of sustainable development. The Belize Tourism Board is organizing its annual culinary and bartending competition known as Taste of Belize, the event that highlights local talent within the country's hospitality sector. The competition is one of the BTB's signature events designed to identify top chefs and bartenders from across Belize. Typically features categories such as Master Chef of the Year, Junior Chef of the Year, Pastry Chef of the Year, and Bartender of the Year. The participants compete in time challenges and are judged on skill, creativity, presentation, and the use of local ingredients. The event also serves as a platform for professional development within the tourism and hospitality industry. Winners often go on to represent Belize in regional culinary competitions, including at the Caribbean level. It forms part of the BTB's wider efforts to support tourism training and promote Belizean cuisine as part of the country's cultural identity through ongoing initiatives focused on capacity building and industry development. Representatives of the Belize Tourism Board appeared on the morning show today here, and they share details about the event.
So Belize, it is a competition. That's like the key highlight, the main event basically. But it's more than just a competition. We have a lot of different components happening at the same time. So we have master classes, which is like a 40-minute class that anyone could attend, not just the competitors. So anyone in attendance could attend these classes and you learn, you know, different things. Last year we had a ramen class with a Belizean twist. We had travelers give us the history of their rum. So it's a lot of, we focus mainly on, you know, Belizean classes. We also have a kids cooking segment, which the kids can have an interactive cooking class. And we have the culinary, cultural performances. We have a culinary cultural food showcase, so you can purchase tasting tickets and be able to try dishes from all different cultures. So we had Maya Mestizo, Garifuna, Creole, East Indian. We had all of that last year, and this year we plan to come back bigger and better. You can also sign up for master classes. That'll be more towards August 1st. We'll put up like a sign up, and all the information will be there. And there's something for everyone. You know, there's a lot of different things happening. You know, and there's also vendors, so you could also purchase food there too. We have specific requirements for each of the categories. So for masterclass, you must have a minimum of 3 years experience in the culinary field. And we also ask for resumes, and, you know, because there's like a whole vetting process that we go through. For the junior chef, you must be 21 or under, and you must have a maximum of 2 years experience. So, you know, this would be someone, our young culinary professionals, you know, someone in culinary school or someone who just stepped into the culinary industry. Then for pastry chef, it's the same as master chef. You must have a minimum of 3 years experience in the culinary field. And for bartender, you must have 2 years of bartending experience. It's not just, the day of Tasteabilities and that's it. We have training before. We have the training during, so like the master classes, and we also have training opportunities after. So for the before, what Kala mentioned, we have the Serve Safe certification, which is a internationally recognized certification. They will get it in the food handlers category. So BTB will be matching the additional funds required to obtain that. So all of our participants, so we're hoping to have 60 in total, will be Serve Safe certified.
This year's edition is expected to follow a similar format of competitive culinary and bartending challenges, although full participant lists and schedules are typically released closer to the event date. The one-day event will be held in Belize City, with the exact location still to be confirmed. The organizers say details will be announced on their official platforms in early August. Thank you for choosing us to follow the news this Friday evening, and of course we'll be back with Love Live at 6 on Monday night at the same time. Over the weekend, of course, keep up with the news by tuning into our sister radio station, Love FM. And we thank you again for choosing us. Enjoy your weekend. Have a safe Friday. Right now we bring you the latest weather report. I'm Ernesto Vasquez saying have a good night.
Good evening, Belize. Moist and unstable condition lingers, but a drier air mass is expected by tomorrow. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for mostly cloudy skies tonight, with low temperatures of 81 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 74 inland and 68 in the higher elevations. Tomorrow will be sunny with cloudy intervals, and high temperatures are expected to reach 88 along the coast to 93 inland and 81 over the mountains. Some outbreaks of showers and thunderstorms are expected to develop mostly over southern districts tonight and early morning. Thereafter, shower activity is expected to become isolated. An excessive rainfall watch remains in effect, as there is the potential for excessive rainfall to occur over southern districts tonight and early in the morning. Residents should monitor the weather situation and contact the hydrological unit or NEMA for any information on flooding. The wind will blow from the east at 10 to 20 knots with occasionally higher gusts. The sea state will be moderate to rough, and a small craft caution remains in effect. Operators of small craft should exercise caution. A high tide will occur at 9:03 tonight, a low at 1:25 a.m., another high at 7:41 in the morning, and a low at 3:29 in the afternoon. The sun will set today at 6:30 and rise at 5:20 a.m. The moon set at 3:11 tomorrow morning and rise at 4:54 in the evening. The outlook for Saturday night through to Sunday is for mainly fair weather to prevail, and showers will be isolated. In the tropical weather outlook, no tropical cyclone formation is expected to form near or over Belize and her coastal waters during the next 48 hours. And with that, we conclude your evening forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.